My name is Lisa, and I work at a company related to architecture. Lately, I've been working remotely a lot, which has significantly reduced the number of times I go to the office. That said, when I do go to the office, I can enjoy working with my close colleagues and boss. At home, I can work at my own pace, so I've been having very fulfilling days. On this particular day, it's a holiday, and my brother and his wife have come over to visit.
Lisa, here's some candy for you.
Do you want some sugar in it?
Wow, thanks Madison and Thomas. Can both of you help out now? That's impressive.
Right? They're imitating Geneva and helping out here and there.
Even if it's just imitating, they really do help, and it's a lifesaver.
Really? They always say kids grow up fast, but it's true.
When you get married and become a mom, Lisa, you'll really feel how quickly kids grow up. They remember everything so quickly.
Ewa.
Tasty.
See what I mean?
Are you two imitating when my brother drinks beer? It's spot on. This is my elder brother Kelvin, his wife Geneva, and their twins, Madison and Thomas. I adore my brother, who's 10 years my senior, and his family, and I used to visit them often. Ever since our parents passed away when my brother was in his 3rd year of high school, he's taken care of me like a parent. In order to repay his kindness, I worked hard in my studies and managed to secure a job at a major company. I had always intended to repay my brother's kindness, when one day.
Hello, is this Lisa? My name is Ewan from the Kosuka Police Department. Actually, about your brother and his wife.
Excuse me, there must be some mistake. Are you sure it's my brother Kelvin and Geneva?
We identified them from their IDs. They indeed belong to Kelvin and Geneva.
Their IDs. Oh no.
I'm sorry, but could you please come here to confirm?
The unexpected call came from a police officer named Ewan, and it was to inform me of the passing of my brother and Geneva. On their way to pick up Madison and Thomas, a reckless driver crashed into their car. I struggled to come to terms with the reality, feeling as though my body weighed like lead. Before I knew it, the day of the funeral had arrived, and when I reached the venue, Madison, Thomas,
Lisa, wow.
Mommy and Daddy.
this was so sudden. Why did this have to happen? Upon seeing me, Madison and Thomas ran into my arms, crying their hearts out. I couldn't help but join them, and we cried together in front of my brother and Geneva's memorial. A little while later, when we were in a different room, they both cried themselves to sleep. When they wake up, will they be overwhelmed by sadness again? It's just too painful to think about. Big brother. Geneva. I really can't see you anymore, can I? It became real when I saw the memorial. Even though just recently we were laughing together. Madison and Thomas, exhausted from crying, had fallen asleep. While I was with them in the room, I could hear the voices of relatives talking in the next room.
Hold on. What are we going to do about Madison and Thomas? I think someone among us needs to take them in and raise them.
That's not possible for us. Our hands are full with our own lives as it is. Even if we were to consider taking them in, keeping the two of them together would be even more challenging.
It's not possible for us either. We have to take care of our mother-in-law, and she requires quite a bit of help. On top of that, raising 2 young kids would be too much.
We can't either. At this point, we might have to look for an orphanage or some sort of institution. If there are kids in similar circumstances, they might find some joy there.
Looking for an orphanage? No way.
Oh, but what about Geneva's parents?
Geneva. She once said that her parents vehemently opposed her marriage to my brother. She was disowned, so she doesn't have a family home. She'd always say that even though it's just us, Madison and Thomas, we'll live happily together. She'd say it with her gentle smile. Geneva.
Geneva's parents severed ties with her.
What? Then what do we do? I guess we have to find an orphanage.
That seems to be the only option. It's unfortunate, but it can't be helped.
Kelvin and Geneva would probably feel at peace with that decision. They're bright and energetic kids. They'll find happiness wherever they are.
Wait, just hold on a second.
Oh, Lisa, we were worried about you after seeing you cry so much, and you look so distressed. What happened?
It's about Madison and Thomas. I told the relatives from both families that I wanted to take in Madison and Thomas and raise them. Despite how I may look, I have a high income and a stable life. Additionally, the company I work for is a major corporation, so there's no worry of it going bankrupt. Everyone decided to entrust the children to me, offering their support for our future together. And then,
Lisa.
Madison and I fell asleep, huh?
oh, you both woke up. I have something to tell you, can you listen?
Sure.
What's the story?
How about we all live together from now on? I've decided to become Madison and Thomas's mom and dad. And I thought I'd like to live with the two of you. How does that sound?
Really, I'm so happy. Right, Thomas?
Yeah, I want to live with Lisa.
Madison, Thomas. I promise I'll always be by your side, no matter what.
You'll stay with Madison and Thomas.
Yes,
You'll never leave us.
I won't ever leave. I promise. I'll protect both of you. So, let's stick together from now on. And so, Madison, Thomas, and I began our new life together. Madison and Thomas had always been fond of me, and perhaps because of that, they quickly adapted to their new environment, living every day with smiles. A few years after we started living together, one day,
Whoa, take this.
Do this, and then, like this.
I won't lose. Arg. I lost again. Madison and Thomas, you're really good at this game.
Noah, you've never beaten Madison or Thomas even once, have you?
Have you, Lisa?
I don't play games.
Oh, right. You don't even play mobile games, huh?
Lisa is in charge of cheering for us.
She's always watching us play.
Playing the game with Madison and Thomas is my childhood friend, Noah. Noah is a childcare worker, and by coincidence, we met again when Madison and Thomas transferred to his childcare center. Perhaps because he's my childhood friend, Madison and Thomas quickly became attached to him, and he would occasionally come over to play with them on holidays. After a while,
Hey, Lisa. I know this might be sudden and surprising, but
what is it?
would you go out with me?
What? Are you serious?
Of course. I was shocked when I heard the reason why Madison and Thomas transferred. I was devastated that I couldn't see Kelvin anymore, and I was really worried about you guys. How do I put this? I became attracted to your kindness over time. I fell for you.
I like you too, Noah.
Really?
Yes. But shouldn't we prioritize Madison and Thomas?
You don't need to worry about that. Why don't we raise them together?
You think so? I'm so happy. Thank you, Noah.
It's mutual love.
Well, you startled me.
Now you're both a couple.
You too. When did you get here?
We were hiding and watching over there.
We also recorded a video.
Hey, that's embarrassing. Stop it.
You too, always up to something when I'm not looking, huh? And so, Noah and I transitioned from childhood friends to lovers. Madison and Thomas graduated from kindergarten and started elementary school, and on weekends, the four of us went on various outings. A few years later, tomorrow is finally the middle school entrance ceremony. It's exciting, isn't it?
Here.
The uniform looks kind of uncomfortable, though.
Come on. I made all of your favorite dishes today. Why the long faces? You both look a bit upset. Is something wrong?
For the entrance ceremony. I wish Dad could be there with us.
Everyone else will have both their mom and dad there, so we want ours there too.
Even if you say mom and dad.
If our mom and dad aren't going to be there, then Madison and Thomas don't want to go to the entrance ceremony.
Me too. I really don't want to go if our mom and dad won't be there.
Madison. Thomas.
All right, let's eat. Huh? What's going on? Did something happen?
Noah. Madison and Thomas just said they want mom and dad at the entrance ceremony. They're even saying they won't go if the two of us don't go.
I see. Madison Thomas. Can I talk to you for a moment? Lisa, just wait here for a bit.
Oh, okay. With that, Noah took Madison and Thomas to another room. After a while,
Sorry for the wait, Lisa, Madison Thomas. Can you talk about what's on your minds?
Here, we really want both our mom and dad to be there for the entrance ceremony.
We really want our mom and dad to be there.
I wish I could make that happen, but
We know that our mom and dad are somewhere beyond the sky. We both understand that.
if you understand that, then why?
We have another mom named Lisa, and she's been with us all along.
Huh?
You're our mom, Lisa. You've always been our mom.
We love you. We see you as our real mom. But we don't have a dad. We really want a real dad.
What are you?
Isn't it because of us that you can't marry Noah? Are we in the way of your happiness?
You've always prioritized us, haven't you? If we're a burden, then Madison and I will manage on our own.
Wait, what are you both talking about?
Because we thought we were making you sacrifice things for our sake. So we thought if we said we want a dad, maybe you'd feel free to marry, knowing you've prioritized us.
But you didn't seem happy at all. So we thought maybe we're a burden, and you just can't tell us. Hey, Lisa, if it's about us, don't worry about it, okay?
Stop. Madison? Thomas? You've got it all wrong. There seems to be a big misunderstanding here. Will you listen to what I have to say? With that, Madison and Thomas nodded in confusion but listened attentively. You know, after the entrance ceremony, I was thinking of marrying Noah. He has already proposed to me.
What?
Proposed.
That's right. Lisa asked me to wait until Madison and Thomas's entrance ceremony was over. But I had always intended to wait, so there's no issue.
So both of you are getting married?
Lisa, does that mean you'll be happy?
You know, from the time I lived with your dad, when I met Geneva, when you two were born, and ever since we started living together, I've always been so very happy. Just having Madison and Thomas with me brings me joy. Seeing you both laugh every day, enjoy meals, go to school energetically, and share stories at home. It's true that I've always prioritized both of you. But that's because your happiness is my happiness. Watching you both grow up makes me incredibly happy.
So we aren't a burden to you.
Are you sure we aren't holding you back from doing what you want?
How could you ever be a burden? Madison and Thomas, you're both my precious, dear children.
I feel the same way as Lisa. Even though we aren't married yet and technically unrelated, I think of Madison and Thomas as my own kids. Your smiles remind me of how Kelvin looked as a child, which feels nostalgic.
The only ones who can make Noah and me feel this way are Madison and Thomas. Madison and Thomas had mistakenly believed that they were the reason I hadn't gotten married for so long. Even thinking that perhaps they might be a burden.
So, Madison and Thomas, can we still be together like before?
We don't have to leave this house, right?
Of course, you don't. The thought of you leaving is absolutely out of the question. This is Madison and Thomas's home. And I'm your mom. And Noah is your dad, okay?
Mom and Dad.
This feels like a dream.
On the day of the funeral, the two of you, so little, ran straight to me as soon as you saw me, crying. You clung to me, sobbing, and I also broke down crying in front of everyone. I sometimes wondered if things might have been less painful if you were too young to understand what was happening. But then again, I thought that one day you'd still come to feel the pain. My mind has always been filled with thoughts of Madison and Thomas. But that's because I truly, deeply love both of you.
Lisa, you felt that way about us.
We had no idea.
Since we started living together, I thought about it every single night. I was so sad, but I told myself there was no time to cry. Your real mom and dad, my brother Kelvin and Geneva, who had to leave you behind. I realized they must have felt so much more pain and sorrow.
Our real mom and dad felt more.
Yes, they couldn't have imagined things turning out like this.
We didn't imagine it either.
I felt the same way. That's why I made a promise to Kelvin and Geneva, who are in heaven. I promised I would make Madison and Thomas happy on their behalf too. So I also asked them to watch over Madison and Thomas from heaven. Upon hearing my story, Madison and Thomas responded.
So, Madison and I can become a real family.
Will Lisa be our mom, and will Uncle Noah be our dad?
It's not about becoming for you, but I'd be honored to be.
I've always thought about how happy I'd be to become a real family with these kids.
I feel so happy, it's overwhelming.
Me too. It's so exciting.
So, once again, Lisa, I love you more than anything in the world. Will you marry me?
Yes, I will.
Madison Thomas, will you allow me to become your dad?
Yes, absolutely.
Please do.
All right. I got the okay from Lisa and Madison and Thomas. I'm Madison and Thomas's dad now.
I'm so happy. I've always wanted to call someone mom and dad.
From now on, we can call you that.
Madison and Thomas. I might still be an inexperienced mom, but I hope we can continue getting along. I'm sure Kelvin and Geneva would be happy for us. And you know, your grandparents are in heaven too. So right now, they might be celebrating and cheering in heaven.
Going after a drink?
Saying delicious.
Ahaha. Probably. Madison, Thomas, we're becoming a family of 4, but let's live even happier from now on.
Now that I'm your dad, there's nothing to worry about anymore.
For the sake of Kelvin and Geneva, let's be incredibly happy.
Yes, we'll be happy. Right, Thomas?
Yeah, we have our very own mom and dad now.
A few days later, Noah and I, along with Madison and Thomas, went to submit our marriage registration. It was successfully accepted, and Noah and I officially became husband and wife. Though the registration came after the entrance ceremony, we were able to see Madison and Thomas looking splendid in their new school attire. Their middle school life seemed to be going well, and both Madison and Thomas appeared to be enjoying every day. They always shared stories from school during dinner. Half a year later,
We're home.
We're back.
Hey, how was it? Did you enjoy the field trip?
It's not about did you enjoy it, Dad. Stop with the super cute character lunchboxes.
All the girls kept taking pictures of Thomas's lunchbox because it was so cute.
Well, if it made you popular, then there's no problem, right?
I wasn't popular. Madison might have liked it, but I want a regular lunchbox.
welcome back, you too. What happened?
So, because of the character lunchbox I made, Thomas got a lot of attention from the girls.
All the girls in the class kept saying how cute it was.
Oh. So Thomas was the talk of the class? That's impressive.
You're missing the point.
A little while after getting married, Noah became a full-time homemaker. His place of work, the nursery school, was undergoing a merger. Meanwhile, I was fortunate as my work became busier, and I even received a promotion. Given these changes, Noah decided not to transfer and instead left his job to become a stay-at-home dad. With me working during the day, we don't get to see each other as much. However, snack time becomes our brief, peaceful couples moment. By evening, Madison and Thomas come home, and our house becomes lively once again. This is the daily routine in our household, but there will come a day when it'll be just Noah and me. When that time comes, we'll proudly tell my late brother and Geneva in heaven how wonderfully the kids have grown up. Until that day, Noah and I are determined to do our best to raise Madison and Thomas to be happy. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel for more great content. Just click on the subscribe button below, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I upload a new video. See you in the next one.